My last relationship, we broke up because he asked me to marry him, but then he asked me to sign a prenuptial agreement, and I said absolutely not.
First off, if you're still getting married in today's day and age, I question your motives. But remember, even with a prenup, it doesn't cover child support.
If you recently got married, watch this.
He's making $85,000. I'm sorry. Get off your high horse.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Your little ego is so inflated. You're not even making six figures, dude.
Shut up, bitch!
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, y'all saw the intro, man. I had to react to this. I thought this was a very, very disingenuous reaction to what this man was requesting as far as getting a prenup. And I'm going to show you the comment section as well, because from what I can tell, it seemed like the comment section agreed with what I thought of this. This is ridiculous. Okay, you guys, $85K a year, because you know what? I'm not going to get ahead of myself. What I want to do is I want to play a video for you guys of a similar situation from the same podcast, so that way you can get a little bit of more context of what the podcast is about. And also, because I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with Dave Ramsey, the woman that actually had that reaction is actually his daughter. All right, so I'm going to play a clip of him and her, and then I'm going to play the original clip that I'm reacting to behind that, so that way you guys can get an idea where I'm coming from, because both scenarios are fairly similar, but I want you to compare her reaction to the first one as opposed to what y'all saw in the intro. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Me and my partner, we've been together for about 5 years. It was a rocky road about a year ago, but we're back on track. We're going to be cohabitating together. I've just purchased a house, cash, and it's going to be our home. And she's going to be helping with, no doubt, the bills, expenses, renovations. How do I structure this where she can feel like she's part of this home, even though she doesn't own it at the moment? I suggested to her a vested equity where over the first 4.5 years together, she ends up with
not good enough to marry, not good enough to be on the house deed.
Okay,
keep it clean, Jason.
It's your stuff.
You pay for the renovations.
It's your stuff. You own the house. Period.
If I were her, I would not be putting money into a house that I don't own.
She does not need to put any money into your home. She doesn't own it.
Yeah, I don't want her to feel completely like a guest in someone else's home.
Then marry her.
I'm trying to. Well, that would be the ultimate goal, but in the short term, you don't.
In the short term, don't make. Listen, dude, you're getting this whole thing backwards. Okay, you do not need to make her feel good about her commitment and her ownership position when you haven't married her. You can give her the whole freaking house, and that doesn't change the fact that you didn't marry her yet.
Right, and then
just keep it separate. If you got a roommate, they buy their own mustard.
Okay. And then if we do get married, and we probably will, I assume we will.
Then you combine everything.
You're one in everything and sharing everything, but not until you're married, Jason. We can tell you how many calls we get of exes on a title of a home, and then she's living in it, but she refuses to pay it, and then he's paying. I mean, it is a mess. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. If she needs some level of like ownership and pride, then split the bills 50-50 and Venmo each other if you have to. But that's, do it a different way. Well, what are they going to do?
It's just gross.
Well, I'm sorry.
You're right. Jason, I agree. Asking. I mean, that's how you do it. Do not put her on the title of anything, Jason. You wanted to know what we thought. That's what we think. And we're very sure. All I get are the calls of where this goes sideways. Don't do this.
You know that the new stalking people do? They go on people's Venmo. And you can see if you make it public what you Venmo, who you Venmo to and how much and stuff. And people like love when it's like a married couple, and they're Venmoing each other for groceries and stuff. People that keep it separate. Oh yeah, it's like the new like Reddit thing. People. Oh yeah, see, Kelly knows.
Yeah,
it's the stalking that the millennials.
You lost me right before you said Reddit. And then you lost me completely.
Do you have Venmo?
No.
Oh, okay. If you want some public entertainment and you guys start Venmoing each other, which Dave thinks is terrible, just make it public.
No, don't.
I'm
Please,
kidding.
God.
I'm kidding,
Have a
Jason.
life.
I'm kidding. It's the
Have
last
a
segment
life.
of the show. It's been 3 hours. I feel it.
Now, hearing the guy refer to his girlfriend as a roommate, that right there was very telling. And I'm like, dude, you sound like a lot of these women. First of all, let me get that off my chest. But notice how much the woman was pushing, like, no, don't do that. You know how many stories or how many people call in saying the ex is still living in the house, but she doesn't want to pay it, and he ends up having to, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, right? Y'all saw that. We both watching the same damn thing. But now look at her reaction to the situation that I showed y'all in the intro.
Dude.
I've been dating my boyfriend for about a year now, and we're starting to talk about marriage. He's Australian, and basically we were talking about finances, and he would want to keep them like completely separate. He earns like a little over double what I earn. He just bought his first house as well. And it concerns me. He also mentioned maybe wanting me to sign a prenup. And I just feel not secure maybe marrying and having kids with somebody who feels, finances should be 100% separate. So we were talking about it last night, actually, and he was saying, well, I don't believe that it would be our money, if we were married. What I earn is like my money.
So it'd be his house, his money, and you just get the privilege of living there at a discounted rate? Is that what this future looks like?
Basically, I don't think he sees it that way, but
you guys are about to share a bed. You're going to have kids and share genetics that are running around in front of you. Like you're sharing every other part of your life.
And yet you have to Venmo him for Outback Steakhouse?
It's a business relationship, not a romantic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a partnership.
And it causes financial infidelity down the line because you have no say or transparency into what he's doing with money.
Mm-hmm.
He could have a spending addiction that you're totally unaware of because you don't see the account. You don't have access to the account.
Is he bringing in a lot of money? Does he have like millions of dollars in an account that he's bringing in?
No, he's making about 85. He works.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Can we?
I thought this guy
Shelby.
was like a multimillionaire.
I know.
Shelby, I thought he was making like I thought he was a surgeon. I thought he was making $500,000 to $600,000, and you're like, I'm making $150,000.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's making
$85,000.
I'm sorry. Get off your high horse.
Yep.
I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Well, I'm like, I'm sorry. Your little ego is so inflated at 85. Like 85 is great. Listen, it's
like,
great.
Hey, babe, let me handle it. I'm the breadwinner here.
I know.
You know what? What
You're
happens
not even making six figures, dude. Like,
what happens if you make more than him? Then do you get control of the board?
Well, that's been a lot of my issue because I've told him, if this is how we entered a marriage, at some point, because of some other circumstances, I could see maybe in the future I may earn more. His job is very physical. If he loses it, that's it's going to be an issue. And if I do earn more later on and you have an issue, I'm going to feel like, well, I hope you figure it out because that's how you treated me. And that's not the mindset I'm wanting to go
Yeah.
to.
Either way, the relationship is ruined.
And you're already going into scorekeeping. Like even that scenario.
Yeah.
And you're not even married yet. You know what I mean?
Now, first of all, I want to say this. $85,000 a year is nothing to snooze at. It's not whatsoever. $85,000 a year still puts you in about the top 25% of earners, okay? Regardless of gender. Let's get that out the way, okay? And it's also enough for a man to want to get a prenup. I don't know if maybe y'all weren't paying attention or maybe y'all just forgot all the other details after she mentioned how much he made per year. But that man literally just got a house, okay? Literally just got a house. You just said in the original video that I showed you, we get too many calls from exes over here having to still pay for the house that they got, and their ex is still living in there and she don't want to pay it. Your words. You admitted to that because that's what y'all talk about on your show. So why is it that You're so bothered by a man wanting to make a woman, on one hand, wanting to make a woman feel like she's, has some kind of ownership of the home, was even considering doing the going the equity route. So eventually down the line, she is part owner of the home, but you're so against this. A brother trying to protect his assets, and he literally just purchased a home as well. Like, am I missing something, or does that seem to be a bit contradicting? Or did you just feel a way about it because he's only making $85K a year, according to you? Which I find ridiculous, because $85K a year, bro, it's a lot of Americans that would be very happy with this current economy to make that kind of money per year. I'm telling you right now. So to sit over here and try to shit on $85K a year like it ain't nothing is bullshit. Because I don't know if y'all saw that, she tried to backpedal a little bit. I mean, like, yeah, you know better. You know better. That's crazy as hell, man. Guys, so let's take a look at the comment section. Look, very first one. So we salary shaming now, right? Oh, and keep in mind, technically we're not salary shaming, because if y'all remember, the woman said that the man makes a little over twice as much as she does. So based on my math, she's making a little bit below what an average American makes. But this woman is over here having a damn rant about it. Okay. You don't need to make six figures to want to protect your money and your properties. Exactly. That man literally just purchased a home. So explain to me this. So let's say he does what y'all require of him. And let's say years down the line, he's calling y'all show with the exact same problems y'all say a lot of guys call in about not being able to get the house, even though they the ones that originally bought it. Why? Because they didn't have a prenup in place. What are you gonna say to those people then? Based off of this reaction. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's bullshit. Then somebody say he's in the wrong, but Rachel's liberal feminist really came out. Oh yeah, bro. I can look at her and tell she's a liberal. like they just all have a certain look, and she definitely has it. If it's so little, then why is the prenup a problem? Man. Oh, they do not want to hear that part. They don't want to hear it. But man, that's a valid point. If he making so little money to even think that he needs it, then why should it bother? Why should it bother you? And here's the other thing too. Like, they brought up the fact that it's a physical job. He might not be able to do it one day. Okay, he might, for all you know, he could probably move up to something that's a little less physical, or potentially make more money, and probably will end up touching six figures before it's all said and done. Who's to say you'll never make more money than him? Because I find that a bit odd that you're making he's making twice, a little bit more than twice as much as you, but you want to sit over here and throw out the idea of you possibly making more than him in the future. It's like, unless you're on your way to doing that, like right now, that's not going to happen anytime soon. We're talking about an extra 40,000 plus a year. Come on now. That's going to take time for you to make up. Unless you just got some genius master plan to make more money quickly. Prenups in this age are highly recommended. Divorce rates are very high, and you need to financially protect yourself. Exactly. Prenup is fine, but combined finances is a must. This is why I can't watch Ramsey. They pretend like men are getting destroyed by divorce. Exactly. Probably explains why I never really caught on to this show. I think I might have reacted to their show maybe like once or twice during the span of me having this channel. Because I recognize Dave Ramsey, but to see his daughter going off like that, oh man, bro. Lets me know what type of household we got over there. Don't marry her if she hesitating on a prenup. I gotta say that, bro. I gotta agree on that one. Doesn't matter. He is protecting his money. Every man should get a prenup, 100%. The fact that he makes $85K is even more reason for him to get her to sign a prenup. Losing half hurts a lot more when he only making 85. Bruh, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not even considering that. Because if she ends up trying to get half, which most women who get divorced pretty much do, and considering most of the time they're the ones that are initiating it, yeah, it's gonna be a lot harder to get by only having 42, get 42 and a half, which is half of 85. It's a lot harder getting by on that than it is 85. Yeah, I'm gonna protect my 85, especially when I have the more than likely the possibility to make more, probably reach that 6-figure mark that she oh my god, bro. And these people on these podcasts are supposed to be, on this particular podcast, supposed to be experts. People, the prenup isn't the issue here. Everyone should have a prenup. And that's coming from a woman, bro. And here's the other thing that really dawns on me about these women, bro. Whenever they come across a woman that has money, you will never hear other women give pushback on it. Even the men, even women who advocate for men will tell other women to get a prenup if they making money. Y'all saw what happened with Chad Ochocinco and his ex-fiance. That woman bringing in more money than him, and she was still trying to leave with half of his shit. What kind of shit is that, bro?
Canadians are placing a stronger emphasis on financial transparency and protection from the outset. Julia Fogerty is an associate lawyer joining us this morning on Morning Live. Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me, Rick. And you know what? I completely agree.
Yeah.
Gen Z are about 21% above the national average when it comes to prenuptial agreements.
That is fascinating. So let's start from the ground floor. What is a prenuptial agreement?
So a prenup is basically a document that sets out your assets, your debts, and the scope of what you're looking to protect throughout the course of your relationship.
Okay.
So it's really important where you have, say, one individual with a lot of assets coming into the relationship, and they're looking to, say, exclude a property or exclude an asset from division if the relationship fails.
Mm-hmm.
Now, having this document protects you later, because one thing that comes up all the time is where you have a long relationship, it's really, really difficult to go back and find those records from when you got married. But if you do a prenup, you have not only all of those records, but you have them crystallized in a sworn document.
So a prenup lists what each party has, correct?
It does.
Okay. Can you do it for a common law marriage as well?
You can do a prenup for any kind of relationship.
Okay.
Often we'll do a prenup and we call it a domestic contract. And depending on when you do one of these agreements, the name changes a little bit.
Okay.
So your domestic contract, if you do it prior to marriage with the intention of marrying, it's a prenup. If you do it after you're married, it's called a postnup.
Okay.
If you're just common law, it's called a domestic contract. But the agreement stays relatively the same. It's just the contents of it may change slightly.
Mm-hmm. Now, these stats related to Gen Z, so they're 21% above the national average in terms of getting a prenup. Do we have a reason for that?
You know what? It looks like they're a little bit more risk averse. They're a little more cognizant of basically the volatility of the market and all of the cloud of things that are happening lately. I don't know what else to call it other than, one second you have tariffs, one second someone's attacking someone.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's going to happen nowadays. And they're very, very cognizant of that. And because they're cognizant, they like to have a parachute. They like to have a backup plan that gives them certainty and how they can move forward. I think it's smart.
Yeah, absolutely. This is really a microcosm of the economic reality that we're in right now, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So is Gen Z and what they're doing encouraging maybe some of the older generations to take a second look or maybe a first look at a prenup agreement?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. The national average right now is 31% generally. Gen Z is sitting at about 52%, I think, according to a recent TD Bank survey.
Mm-hmm.
So 31% are in the know when it comes to a prenuptial agreement.
Right.
I would love to see that be higher, though, because having a delineated document that tells you how to address property, it tells you how to address your financial accounts. Sometimes it even has a parenting schedule in the event that a relationship breaks down. This is basically your be-all, end-all document that you can go in and you don't have anything left to argue about.
Right.
It saves people thousands and thousands of dollars when it's done properly. Now, done properly is sometimes a bit of a work of art,
Right,
because you need certain things to make this a valid binding agreement. One of these things is appropriate and transparent financial disclosure, which we touched on. The other thing that you need is independent legal advice. So going into it, you should have a lawyer, but your spouse should also have a lawyer.
Right.
You work on this document together. It becomes this, we'll call it a legal love child that you draft, and you get to the end of it and you have this document setting out all of these terms. So independent legal advice informs you as to your rights, and it basically lets both parties know with open eyes what they're getting into in signing this document.
I can hear people yelling at their TVs, tablets, phones, wherever they're watching Morning Live. How much does this cost, ballpark?
Oh gosh, it really depends on how detailed and how much financial documents and how, I don't want to say willing, but how willing someone is to participate in the process.
Okay. We need two willing partners, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, you can't force someone into this.
No. Julia, great information. Thanks for joining us. All the links on this information and a whole lot more on chch.com/morninglive. Stay with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in. That's great.
And you want to know why the Gen Zs are doing that more than anybody else? Because they're learning from the groups before them. They're learning from the millennials. They're hearing the horror stories from the Gen Xs. And so on and so forth. That's the reason why Gen Z are doing prenups more than anybody. If there's one thing that I can say, just based off of this, that the younger generation is picking up on, is the risk of getting married, especially if you're somebody that got something to lose. And let's not sit over here and be disingenuous about the situation, given the fact that even more women are starting to become successful, and they are being given the same advice from other women. Remember Mary J. Blige? I think that's weak that I gotta pay a man alimony, right? But y'all don't never think it's weak when it's the other way around now, do you? I tell you, bro, the hypocrisy of these women today is laughable at this point. Y'all let me know what you thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button, because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.